Okay. No idea if this is working. Alright. So, you guys, this is the new project. This is going to be Backwoods 2. It's going to be the park. There's still a lot that I need to do, as you guys can see. I'm mainly just trying to get the terrain worked out. And then I'll start putting in, putting in campsites and such like that. I also have to put in like a boat launch and just all that fun stuff. Hopefully my mic's a little bit better now because I bought a new headset and so forth. I was going to get a desk mic, but I really don't have that large of a desk. But yeah, so basically, I'm just gonna be what I'm gonna be doing for the next couple weeks probably is just working on the train, making everything look right. Probably editing the road a little bit better to make it look correct. It's gonna be a large project, um, and I kept trying to push for that fire sim and backwoods make, but it's really hard to kind of get that collab going because Rengate's got stuff that's going on in his life that are making it kind of hard to actually get moving on with that project. So, you know, I decided at this point it's probably best to go ahead and make the second game as well as, work on the academy. Now, the academy, I'll probably show you guys a few pictures later into the Discord, but, there's not a lot done to it yet. I mean, there's more than this map, but like I've just kind of hit a block with it on what I need to add because it's really gonna play into the roleplay aspect, hopefully. So I'm glad somebody commented. I'm looking at the comments too as I'm uh talking to you guys. Um, but yeah, the microphone or the headset itself is like $100 something headset, so I was hoping it you know was decent. If not, I'd be very upset. But yeah, so hopefully, this project will be done, maybe by December. We'll see. Uh, if not sooner, because like I said, there's gonna be a lot of terrain that I still have to do. As you guys can see, there's so much that I have to do. Um, but yeah, this is gonna be so the two teams that are for sure going to be in here are obviously the park rangers and then basically like park employees. So and the reason I'm doing that is because I've worked at state parks before and so forth. So, I thought it'd be cool to be or to have like an outside of the park where people can like quote unquote pay to enter and come in camp and like I don't think we'll have fishing because I don't know how to set that like make that work and do all the scripting and animation for that, but they'll definitely be able to run around and go on the lake with boats and such. And you will have to have like probably a boater's license is something that I'll have to do, and like a vest, so the rangers will come out on their boat and check you, make sure you've got all the necessary items and so forth. Um, I'm gonna try to get a little bit more role play aspects into this one because I know that's what the original Backwood game lacks quite a bit. Uh, but I mean, a lot of people or like to forget that the original Backwoods game is you know, it was a day make. We literally made it to try to be better than another game that's out, or may not still be out, to prove that we could. Um, but yeah, so let me look through. So staff will actually not automatically. Sorry, I'm looking through the questions while I'm trying to develop a little bit for you guys, and throw in questions, and if I don't see it, throw it in again, and I'll try to answer as much or as many as I can. Uh, But yeah, so yes, this is the new game. And then somebody asked if staff, like, admin staff would have to, or if they automatically went through, like, past the academy. No, that's not necessarily what's going to happen. There may be a few people, and those are probably going to be people that were in the original Beta Beach um, game that me and Rengate made forever ago. But yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of admins will actually have to go through that again, and I'm hopefully going to make a support game. But yeah, and then yes, I am making this all by hand. I The reason I'm doing that is because I really want to show that I am putting effort into the games, so you guys don't think that I'm just kind of like with the first game. I'm not just taking maps and making a game out of it, which is totally fine. And I support if you guys do something like that in the future, where you have a map laying around, it doesn't get much use, make a game out of it. The biggest problem we have on Roblox is that people that make stuff don't tend to actually use the stuff they make, and that's one thing me and Rengate see a lot of is like with tech. Tech is the biggest thing that happens to. So like you get a military group that has some really cool morphs or cool planes or gun scripts. Well, when that group dies, because most of them do, unfortunately, that tech is lost forever. But yeah, let's see. But hopefully, hopefully this game will, live up to what I'm thinking it will be. I want it to be more role play oriented rather than, just driving around in a police car, pulling people over because hey, his lights are on, or I don't like that person. I want to try to get away from a little bit of the toxic behaviors that are in the game already. Um, I know it's Backwoods is definitely one of the more cringier games out there, but it's got a good following, and you guys seem to like it for some reason. But yeah, uh, it's really I just really want you guys to know, yes, I am trying to do more. Me and Rengate do try to team up on stuff. He's got his game Firesim 3, which I'll be helping on once he finishes moving, because he is moving. Um, Once he finishes moving, I'm gonna probably take a few weeks and help him just work on the terrain for that, work on the roads and everything. But yeah, I mean, if you guys again, if you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in. I mean, this might be some awkward silence while I build because I don't I try to focus when I'm building, which makes sense. I mean, I can go over a little bit of what we have currently, which isn't a lot. I mean, originally the map was going to be a little bit smaller than it currently is, so this was going to be the start point, but the start point is going to be actually on the other side of the lake, probably towards the back, maybe. We'll see. But basically, you'll have that drive, which maybe have a camp zone back here or in here. We'll see. But you'll drive in. This is where the Rangers will spawn. You've got the Ranger building. It's still not done. That's probably not going to be the final design, and there will be another building here. I'm just not sure what I'll do for that building. Um, Probably put something over here. I'm not sure yet. There's a lot that I'm still trying to decide, still trying to figure out. As you can see, I'm going to try to put a barrier and maybe some mesh hills to make it look like we're either in the mountains or something, just to add on to, the immersion. But yeah, it's actually going to be very, very loosely based off of the state park I worked at, which was Rockport State Park in Utah. I also worked at Echo Reservoir. I think they call it Echo State Park now. It's kind of weird with that. But I mean, it'll kind of have features, at least in my mind, or if you've ever been there, you'll maybe recognize some of the like campsite designs. The best thing about it is, you know, it's really easy to make these little campsites and stuff like that. But we'll see how it turns out. Um, Basically, what I want to do is like, you're not actually gonna have to pay to get in like past the pay booth, which will be again somewhere over that direction. Okay, I just saw this question. I see. The original game's terrain, like the whole. So the only thing that we've really put in is maybe a little bit of the bank, and we've taken a lot of out of that map just to try to minimize the lag, which there's still god's amounts of lag, but we've tried to combat it as best we can. This is one reason why I want to move away from that game a little bit more, is because there's just so much lag, and the more I add to it, just makes it lag more. Either with running scripts and so much other stuff. But we originally got it. I forget what it's called. It was some counting game, and we had gotten it because we were thinking we were going to open up a police group. Um, along, or actually, I think it was just going to be like a police group, but also have the mix of fire sim in there. But we let that map sit there for a few months just in Rengate's inventory, and so that actually changed. As you can see, I decided to open my own thing because me and him have been working on projects for a long time together. So me and him, mostly him, he was like, "Hey, we're gonna do this." After we played the game Broken Society, and we were just appalled at how how easy it was for them to make that. I don't want to talk down on them because I mean it does have a lot of cool features, but it by far is not the best game that I've ever done. We knew the guy who made, I think it's called the original Police Sim game, the one by, I forget his name. I'm horrible with names, but we were friends with that guy, and he's off doing his own thing, living life, and so that game really hasn't had too much done to it. But that was one reason why Ren didn't want to do a police game because he'd helped on that, so he didn't want to like take his thunder. Then there's me. I was just like, I don't care. I'll make one. um, God damn it, Wesley. Uh, so realistically, it's hard for me um to say certain things like to keep up with the stream because the stream actually is lagging or behind maybe a minute or more for me. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's quite a lot that I want to do to this game, like the whole water support stuff, like people going out on boats, then the rangers having to go check if they have life vests and such. Um, the I don't know if I said I said this with the park staff, which they'll basically go around, and I don't know if we'll have like the ability for them to fix things. I don't. It's really gonna be weird how I try to fit them in because like there'll be a maintenance thing. One thing I was thinking of because literally if you're maintenance at a state or national park, a big thing is cleaning bathrooms. So that may be something that we incorporate, but we'll see. I want to try to have as much fun as I can with this and play around with a few ideas. I do look at the suggestions you guys give, even though some of them are repetitive. Uh, I may, I am not sure. We may have like a search and rescue team uh, that basically will go out and help people because like I'm not sure. Like we may try to figure out how we can make the boats break down in the water to the point where like you have to be like, hey, I need help. Um, we'll have to either find or make a working phone script where you can dial 911. But there's like I said, there's so many things that we can do. It's hard to say what we'll actually do. But yeah, try not to ramble. It's hard because I can see the stream. I can see that how bad I'm lagging behind, like versus real time. Uh, so it's hard to speak off certain things. So I may go silent for a minute, let it catch up. Uh, but yeah, good gosh. Yeah, so I'm sorry, I was taking a second. I was replying to a text. I can see how bad. Like, I don't have the best internet. This is one reason why I do a lot more videos than I will ever stream. Um, because even like when I try to upload videos out where my internet is, it's horrible. I have like some really small internet company. I mean, it does the best that it can, but it's a small internet company, so I don't have like lightning fast speed or anything like that. But gotta make do with what I got. Um, but yeah, like I can kind of hear the stream in the background because I'm trying to Uh, also uh, stay in touch with how far I am behind, and I am fairly far behind. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, I don't mean, does anybody really have any more questions? Because, like, I mean, I just wanted to let you guys see uh, a bit of what I've got going, talk a bit about some future ideas for the game, let you guys know that this stuff is going on. Uh, so, I've kind of touched base on a lot of that, let you guys watch me build a little bit, or terrain, I guess. So, I mean, I might end the stream fairly soon in a second here, just because it's such a bad, uh, like it keeps lagging. I can see that, which drives me nuts. So I can't imagine how bad it's driving you guys nuts. But yeah, I'm doing the terrain all by hand, mainly because I want you know I want it to feel uh, a little bit more of my game because the first one, like I said, I didn't make that terrain. It's a map that we had um, that was laying around that we were like, oh, this would be perfect to use to make our game in a day. But yeah, I hope that this game comes out the way I want it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Um, I do get questions time to time from the border game. Yes, we made that terrain. Um, it really was just kind of like a bonus game. It wasn't meant to be anything big or crazy, but it was kind of like there as a filler while we were working on the Fire Sim mix. And as you can see, that really didn't come out. So I figured it is time for me to make the second game because the second game is not out. Like the Backwoods edition, it's like 1.2. It's not the actual game. Um, this is You'll see how long or how bad this is lagging behind for me. But Icy just said something about the sending the abusers to be the bathroom cleaning team. That would be funny. Um, but we'll see. Like I said, when I worked at the state park, I mean, 90% of my job was cleaning up bathrooms, and I don't understand why people put toilet paper on the toilet seat. I mean, I kind of get it, but it just makes a bigger mess, and they just leave it, and it's disgusting. So if you're one of those people, I hate you. I'm sorry, but I do. Um, but I'm gonna try to add in some cool little features too. I know I keep rambling on about things, which just really because I don't have a point to the stream other than just try to test it, answer questions. Um, but yeah, as you can see when you guys get to this point, I've done a bit of the terrain. There's going to be camping spots. You know, it's going to be a pretty cool game, and I hope. The lake's not going to be super huge. I mean, this is about the size. Nah, the lake I worked at was bigger, but I mean, like this is a pretty decent size. I still have to like put the bottom in, make the whole depth thing, and make it deeper in some points. I might be able to put it or make it so like you guys could scuba dive, not scuba dive, snorkel, or yeah, scuba dive or something like do something fun, explore some little caves underground. I don't know. We'll see. Um, Suggestions are always appreciated, although try to be creative. Don't come up with the exact same thing that somebody's been spamming for days or months or all the year. um, but yeah, guys. fairly certain the stream paused, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed and I was able to answer a few questions. I know this isn't a crazy long stream by far. Um, hopefully at some point this will get a little bit better. One day I hope to move back to Oregon, and there's some places there that have better internet than the place that I am at now. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what this game becomes. We'll see, uh, if people get interested in it. I think people will because, uh, park rangers, the other group, national rangers or national park rangers or whatever they're called, uh, or forest reserve. I don't, something like that. They're not very common. I mean, there was a group a bit ago that was actually pretty fairly large, but I really haven't heard much about that group because majority of their devs have left, so that kind of put a big problem into their maps. They weren't looking as good. Their tech was breaking slowly. Um, so we'll see. I can say for certain, well, a very likely thing is that we will not be using any air vehicles because I know I will be getting questions about that. And the reason for that is because it's so hard to allow people to have that ability to be able to fly around. I mean, it would be really cool. Trust me, I'd love to have helicopters and stuff go around. If I do, it would be for an outrageous price, purely because I don't want people flying around and, some poor kid just driving his vehicle and suddenly getting flung into space or into the lake or just trolling with the helicopter. We have a horrible problem with trolls and 10-year-olds and, people not wanting to listen to admins. I saw a video posted today. Some kid was I appalled that he got banned, but he was probably, how he put the video, he was playing himself as the victim, but usually how that goes is that, you know, they were doing something wrong. uh, but yeah, so I think this is probably a good spot where I can stop. And, I hopefully have answered a lot of questions. Yes, the stream does freeze time to time. Especially doesn't help if I sit there and be quiet, then I confuse the hell out of myself too. Um, but yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Um, before I leave, sorry, the reason I go silent sometimes is I'm reading the comments. I may or may not do videos. Um, we'll see. As I can say, or as I said, I don't really want to continue to do too many streams because it's so bad with my internet. My computer can handle it. It's just my internet. That's the problem. Um, my upload speed is absolute trash. My download speed's even worse. Uh, there's just a lot. One thing I will say is that there may be some imperfections with the train, because the base plate's so thin, and I've just been too lazy to go and thicken it. But I probably will because I got to make that lake. Um, but we'll see where this leads us, guys. Thank you for your support and thank you for supporting Backwoods. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, you guys do a lot. I never expected Backwoods to grow as big as it has with how much support it has. There was a point in time where I just kind of sat there and I was like, this won't really grow, but I'm glad I did it. And, it's blown up. A lot of people like it. It's continued on. I mean, there are some better law enforcement games out there, but, I think the community we have, uh, the amount of people that we have supporting it, and, the different variety of people and the differences in ages help, you know. So I am excited to see where the future of this community this group goes. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being supportive and keeping active. I do hope this game comes out fairly soon. I'm gonna try to